I was okay with the Drake London pick, but now to go take Bijan Robinson, it's the third year in a
Eagles
row.
on the clock at 9. Eagles on the clock at 9.
Jalen Carter!
What'd they give up? Do we know?
I don't know yet.
Wait, what do they reveal? Come on. Where do you see
Jalen
it?
Carter? It's
It's
got to
gonna
be
be
Jalen Carter.
It's got to be. Oh my God, Eagles fans better be doing backflips because if the Eagles get Carter, you're talking about one of the most dominant interior defensive line duos in memory because that has so much potential, man. Wow.
It's another Jalen. Add another Jalen.
Jalen Carter, right? Yeah, there's no. Eagles have traded up. We're still waiting details here.
I'm shaking here.
How many trades have there been in the top 9? Is it like 6?
A lot.
Yeah, 6. I think you're on the number there.
4th rounder next year?
No way.
That's nothing. No way. Yeah, I agree.
How's that possible? Jalen Carter! It's Jalen Carter! Let's go! Sorry for screaming. Oh my God!
Oh man, play that sweet music, man. Play that sweet music.
Howie played him like a fiddle.
Play that music.
That is incredible. I'm just blown away. Here we go.
The Eagles draft with the number 9 pick, Jalen Carter out of the University of Georgia, an absolutely elite freak phenom. Way to go, Howie.
I mean, this guy is going. I mean, this is not like previous years for Howie Roseman. This guy is going to come to the Philadelphia Eagles and get snaps immediately on this defensive line. Lightning quick first step, incredibly strong arms and hands. 6'3", one of the best pass rushing interior defensive linemen I have ever seen in my life. He registered 47 quarterback pressures and 6 sacks over the last 2 years, more than any player on the defensive line for Georgia in that span. Extremely versatile. Elite twitch is like the word that comes to mind when you talk about Jalen Carter. Like he's got just dominant presence and ability to relentlessly attack the quarterback. And man, this is going to be fun, man. I love Howie's approach in this draft. The fact that you are bringing in Jalen Carter for giving up peanuts, man, start the parade, baby, because I am jacked up.
2024 4th round pick.
Ah!
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
right.
Burfield Yates. That's it. The 2024 4th round pick for one spot.
Chicago keeps just making terrible trades down the draft board.
Woo!
Like, pick up some value at some point, Chicago.
If you're a Bears fan, how upset are you right now?
I mean,
there had to be other teams. I guess there wasn't, because if other teams were offering more at that spot. So maybe let's look at it this way. The Bears may have said, hey, we're not getting any trades anywhere. We'll just go back 1, grab a 4 because we're not taking Carter anyway.
They could have just drafted Jalen Carter. Would be my answer to that.
I would have been mad at the Bears if they drafted Jalen Carter, and not because I'm an Eagles fan that wanted him to fall to the Eagles, but because they have got to invest in their offensive line, and I think that's why they didn't move back further. I think there's probably other teams that would have called and said, "Hey, let's jump the Eagles to get Carter," but I'm pretty sure they've got their eye on an offensive lineman, whether it be Peter Skoronski, whether it be Broderick Jones, whoever it is that they want to take. They're about to take a lineman at 10, and they knew the Eagles wouldn't, and so whatever. They pick up a 4th round pick. They save a tiny amount on the salary cap to move back one spot. It really doesn't matter to them. That 4th round pick's just kind of gravy. So I don't hate that for the Bears. That's why they didn't go back further. For the Eagles, though, man, Dibes covered it well, but that's such a steal for the Eagles. You lose Javon Hargrave, and then you turn around and you lock in Jalen Carter on a rookie deal for 5 years. He's going to come in. He's going to play right next to his former teammate Jordan Davis. You've got Nakobe Dean. Let's just assemble the Georgia defense again. Let's go get Keely Ringo at the back end of the first round. Just continue to assemble the best college defense we've ever had. But Carter is versatile. You can line him up anywhere between the tackles. He's probably mostly going to play a 3 technique for the Eagles. He handles double teams really well. He's got a strong anchor in that regard. And so you've got 2 guys in him and Jordan Davis next to each other who are both really good against the run, which is going to be important when you're playing undersized linebackers like Nakobe Dean and Nicholas Morrow. High motor player. The only reason he fell this far was whatever's going on off the field, and obviously the Eagles feel comfortable with it. They've got insight into him through some of his former teammates that are on the roster right now. That's a slam dunk pick for the Eagles, and to only have to give up a 4th-round pick to go do it is phenomenal.
Yeah, you bring up the issues.
They have 2 second-rounders and 2 third-rounders next year.
You can go get an offensive lineman elsewhere. You can't go get a Jalen Carter elsewhere. You just can't. They don't grow on trees. He is absolutely special. I despise that trade for Chicago. I get that they have to build an offensive line. They have to build an entire defense. Their defense was a joke last season. Jalen Carter's a guy who you can build a foundation around.
But you are like one more year of Justin Fields taking a 19% sack rate away from ruining your quarterback. Like at a certain point, you're not a good team this year. Make sure you don't get your quarterback killed. Like they have to go offensive line. They have to.
Well, they already got him.
Jalen Carter obviously fell here, and I know we're all excited, but we have to talk about the concerns. Are you concerned with his off the field antics? Like there's rumors Jordan Davis kept him in line at Georgia, which will help. But is there an issue here?
I'll answer for Shane because I know what Shane's going to say as well. Shane and I both try to not dive into the unquantifiable stuff when it comes to injuries and, off the field stuff. If the Eagles trust that it's not a problem that they're worried about, then I trust the Eagles. They're a well-run organization. Now, if this was the Texans, if this was the Falcons, if this was a crappy organization making this decision, I'd say, maybe I don't trust their judge of character. But the Eagles aren't a team that has a ton of character concerns all the time anyway. So if they trusted Jalen Carter to make the pick, and everyone's going to talk about Jordan Davis keeping him in check, and there's probably some truth to that off the field. But the more important aspect of this is Jalen Carter can hopefully unlock Jordan Davis as a player because it allows Jordan Davis just to eat space, just to be a dominant run stuffer. And maybe it doesn't kill you as much for him to be playing such a small percentage of snaps. I think it really unlocks them on the field. The off the field stuff, we can only make the best guesses, and it's truly speculation.
I want to welcome to the show LJ Harrell. LJ, yep. It looks like you're muted.
I got you.
How do you feel about the pick the Eagles just made with Jalen Carter?
I love it. I mean, we know that Howie, their philosophy is to build from inside out. And while there's a need for an offensive lineman, especially with Johnson had that injury issue that he played through, he's probably going to play another 3 years. They needed help stopping the run. And I think with a second year of Jordan Davis and with Jalen Carter, and it's been said, and I think Mark said it, like Jalen Carter respects the hell out of Jordan Davis. And I think Jordan Davis is going to be able to corral him, keep him under control. And I think having Nakobe Dean also there, like he's not coming into a situation where there's nobody. He's going to have 2 former teammates that have been in Philly for a year. They know the pressures, they know what they're getting into, and they can relay that to Jalen Carter. It's a home run, and they only gave up literally a 4th-round pick next year, and they have 12 picks next year. So this is like how he read the board out really smart. So he deserves a lot of credit, and I think that Jalen Carter is going to fit in perfectly with the defense that Sean Desai is going to want to run.
Man, this is just another Super Bowl move by Howie Roseman, man.
Hold on, guys. Play the music for me.
All right, I'm on it.
Chicago Bears have moved back to select Darnell Wright out of Tennessee.
What?
Oh, Chicago, man.
Bears just keep Chicago bearing.
Chicago.
There's other linemen on there. They could have traded back to take this guy. Instant reaction, Dibes.
I mean, Darnell Wright's a first-round talent. I mean, he moves like a power forward. He's got a lot of experience, very good size. He's been kind of climbing the boards throughout the draft process, but this is a mistake. You know, if I'm a Chicago Bears fan, like, what are we doing here? Like, Darnell Wright is 2 or 3 tiers below Jalen Carter as a prospect. I hate this move for Chicago, and I honestly just feel for the Chicago Bears fans at this point. Again, Darnell Wright, a very good athlete. But what are we doing here,
what
guys?
does that say about Skoronski for Chicago? Like, Skoronski has to be better than Wright, right?
Absolutely better than Wright, no question.
He's better than him, but I'm not surprised Skoronski's falling. Teams might view him as a guard. I don't agree with it. I mean, it's the same stuff people tag with Rashawn Slater, who's been more than fine. But Darnell Wright is an absurd pick here. That's definitely the worst pick so far of the draft. I don't understand that whatsoever.
Darnell Wright, just for window into where we're at, he is the number 51 player on our consensus big board. Number 66 for me, number 45 for Dibes, number 49 for Mark. I had a 3rd-round grade on Darnell Wright. So, to circle back to the Bears trade down, if it was between trading down to take Darnell Wright or taking Jalen Carter, they screwed that one up big time.